Yo, Potion Maniacs, and welcome could be.
Fucking conclusion of Potionomics.
It could be the conclusion. Let's go home.
The resolution or the dissolution.
As always, he is Grimith. I'm Lethal.
And this is it. Tomorrow is the big day. Victory is within our grasp. I can't wait to really grasp something again. You can't really do that with feathers. Come out ahead in that competition. You'll be free of debt, and I'll be free of feathers. Assuming you haven't decided to accept Robin's offer, of course, to throw the match, to take the money and leave me on the lurch. It'd be kind of... That's an absurd idea. I know you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that, right?
Relax, Oswald. We're in this together, baby. And there's no turning back now. I already got the potions done.
As the camera cuts away for someone else to come in.
Oh, such resilience. If I'm honest, I find it fascinating. What's the secret to your resolve, Sylvia? In the face of so much adversity, what makes you tick?
Well, right this very moment, I'm holding out for an apology.
From me, you mean? Huh. You know, I suppose I do owe you an apology, of sorts. I was wrong. It was wrong of me to suggest that you forfeit, to offer you a deal like I did.
Was it wrong?
It's much better for things to play out this way. Much better for the town to see me win against an opponent who's putting up a fight. It will make my victory ever more glorious.
Yeah, totally. Uh-huh. Unless you lose, of course.
You really think you have a chance tomorrow? That's adorable. You really, truly believe it. Well then, Sylvia, on what exactly are you basing such foolish confidence?
Well, that's easy. I'm a fool. I mean, I worked over the last 10 days. And I'm focused on my craft, and I'm learning from people around me. And amongst the many things I've learned this very well. I'm good at what I do.
Wouldn't it be some shit if Robin fucking just promoted Sylvia through, like, all of the prior competitions so that he could just totally smoke her because he knows her potions actually suck?
You know, that would have been smart of him, but who knows... Who knows what kind of mind frame he's in? Who knows if he's in control of himself right now? Who can say?
I believe in myself, and my friends believe in me too.
Look at his adorable face. How could he not be in control of himself?
I don't see what's so funny.
Oh, do you ever listen to yourself? You're going to beat me, with high self-esteem and the power of, looks at camera, friendship. Do you think this is some kind of shonen anime? You don't seem to realize that you're operating in a completely, different league than me, a lower league, as it were.
Yeah, sure. That's why my 4 last competitors, that's what they thought too.
Uh-huh, dots. All right, Sylvia, fair enough. Maybe I ought not underestimate you, but if you're right, if through some miracle that will never happen, things don't go my way in the competition, I have a trump card prepared, one that you'll never see coming, and that you'll have to redo the Roxanne relationship thing to actually re-encounter if you fail.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It means tomorrow we'll have only one possible outcome. If you have as much riding on this contest as you claim, well, then you ought to spend the next few hours putting your affairs in order.
Oh, look at that snarl. Her.
Don't mind my Pokemon. She needs to be...
when, like, Robin, like, lowered his shoulder, it looked like the pet was, like, leaning the head towards Sylvia to try and listen.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, I don't think Discord's gonna let that hiss through.
Nope. Was not. What a tool, didn't I say so from the start?
He's just trying to psych us out, same as all the others did. We should just focus on what matters. Just, think. If everything goes the way it should, you'll be human again this time tomorrow.
Wow, you'll just immediately fucking whip up the potion and jam it right down Oswald's gullet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a debt I'll never be able to repay. You'll have to chain me to a desk. But don't do this for me, Sylvia. Do it for yourself.
No, I'm doing it for me too. Well, sure.
You've come so far in such a short time. So get out there and show this town what you can do. Besides, it's too late to do anything else.
I've shown them 4 other times.
This is it.
The big day. Wait for it.
This is it. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Here they are, 2 giants of local industry, 2 masters of their craft. Master!
Of their craft.
Yeah. But only one can be crowned our winner. Only one can take home the grand prize. Let's meet our stars.
Again.
Taking the first podium today is a man so regal he puts the king in potion making. Ma-king. He survived the worst this world could throw at him, and he came out the other side with a smile on his face. And don't even get me started about those dimples.
Where are the dimples? I don't see the dimples. There's a man with dimples.
Get me started! I am talking, of course, about Robin!
Oh, that's very kind, but I think we just should move this along.
At podium number 2 is a woman who knows a thing or two about adversity herself. She arrived on our shores with little more than the clothes on her back and a dream. In a matter of weeks, she's transformed her uncle's ramshackle potion shop into a reasonably successful ramshackle potion shop. Let's hear it. 3 cheers for Sylvia.
Hey, Robin.
I respect you a lot, actually. I'm sure you peaked early.
Your lizard gives me the creeps. Your lizard gives me the creeps. Why don't you put that thing on a leash?
You have no right to speak to us that way. She's a very charming Pokemon.
Tensions appear high. Don't make me come down there, kids. Wait, scratch that. It would be my honor to share the stage with 2 such titanic tycoons.
Yeah, so please keep squabbling down there. Oh.
Ta-da! It's me! Jeez, and unfortunately I have to recuse myself from possibly judging this competition because I'm the bestie of Sylvia's. Okay, bye.
Like that's gonna happen. I like his personalized microphone here. Very stylish.
From this vantage, I'll be better able to facilitate this contest. Now, it's true that I consider both contestants among my dearest friends.
Wait.
And it's also true I have no real capacity to evaluate potions.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, but so do you have a bestie bar with him too?
And who better? For it's their patronage and their precious coins that these contestants covet. This morning, what the fuck? I'm here simply to act as the voice of the people. Count on me to interpret the crowd's enthusiasm, or lack thereof. In other words, audience, if you see something you like, make some noise.
The outcome, of course, is a foregone conclusion. I know it, the crowd knows it, the American people know it. There you go. And of course, May knows it most of all, don't you, sweetiekins?
To that I can only say, let the battle begin.
Round 1.
Fuck. All right, Robin. Are you ready to wow us all?
Now, this one's an old family recipe for radiation tonics. And the family in question is an ancient line of monarch magi whose mastery of forbidden arts ended the Second Dark Age. No.
No, I'm just sitting here in, genuflection. Consider me wowed. Audience, am I right to be impressed? We all have samples to hand it out.
They all yell out, 3,800 Baptiste, 3,800.
This is right, they're just yelling numbers. With a sum like that, I'd say you have some fans here today.
As it should be. Well,
Sylvia, can you outdo him? Lethal's used to reading this part.
I know, right?
Now let me see.
Where's our really good ones? Here's our really good ones. They're not 3,800, so we are going to have to do things as he glowers on.
That's not even so much a glower so much as some fucking... Like, look at the curvature of the lips there. Like, yes.
Even though it's not in frame, I can see him steepling his fingers as he watches on.
As the leader of the Heroes Guild, you'll recognize how precious this potion really is.
That may in fact be true. However, and this is of masterwork quality, no less. But what does the audience say? Is it a hit? It's all menacing with spikes, and the Monarch Magi recipe that ended the Second Dark Age, that was all encrusted with gems.
Oh, no.
A fair assessment as far as I can tell. It smells and tastes and looks like poop. But I'm sure you have more than say about it.
Time to haggle. Shall I review my strategy?
Yeah, we should probably do that. Alright. So we are, of course, we're going with rattle them off to get more stuff. We're going with fortitude, just get rid of all stress from all sources. We probably have something that could be better than that. Captivate, of course. Improv is one of our things that we use to get more cards, and we're just doing things and using Carpe Diem to just absolutely hose everything. We can only have one of those, of course. We also have Zeal, which is pretty good. But you know what? I think I'll replace Zeal with a thing we got from you. The Mass Misdirection. That could be very strong for us. Okay?
How do you feel about Enthusiasm? I know you talked about possibly removing that from the deck last week.
I know we had Magnetism would probably be stronger because it's 16 compared to 15. And we get Charmed, which just says, hey, you want to have 15%? That's pretty fucking good. So we'll go ahead and put a Magnetism in there. Sorry, boyfriend. I don't know if we have any Muktuk's cards in there anymore. That's alright. Sympathy's always good. That one's, of course, always good. That's part of our strategy of getting card draw, so we'll need to keep that. We don't really need Flattery anymore because we're using the other thing for it.
Was there something from Zid that you wanted to put in place of that?
Let's see. We had Encore, which was the Patience one. Patience isn't typically an issue on these.
Well, Encore is something that could just sit in your hand and they be plugged in.
Yeah, if we want to get more draw from Rattle 'em Off, it could be used for that. So you do have...
So, how about the Blitz card that's in your deck? Because Blitzes, those weren't working out too well when suddenly this turned into actually being able to draw all the cards.
Yeah.
And then playing Blitzes was complicated.
I'm glad you remembered that. Let's see if we have something that can replace Blitz. Hopefully something with 0 cost would probably be best.
You could pivot, and pivot can work great because it's just could be cards that you can play and draw and play again, and pivot has no cost.
So let's go ahead and put Pivot in the deck. We're actually using one of our boy Corsax cards. How close were we on both of these? Both at 8. So it could have happened with just a few more days, a few more mana droplets, but it's all right. We'll get over it.
Had you been more efficient with gift giving?
Yeah, had I gave a damn. Anything else we want? We definitely don't want that. Anything in the deck that we don't like? Muscle memory's fine. Rehearsed line is fine for what we use it for. That's, of course, good for our deck. Sympathy still has power. I think that's all good. We definitely want Rattle them off. We can have a second one.
Want Fortitude.
That's the other one I was thinking we might get rid of. Let's see if we can get something better than Fortitude. Definitely nothing there. Your cards are poop. Those are all fucking closers. Why do you have 2 closers?
It might be something from Oswald to scheme to just like empty out like patience to draw cards if you start with a scheme and you don't actually start with something that get like the deck engine.
Yeah, because really what we're digging for is rattle them off. So if we can't rattle them off, it's going to be a bad day. So getting that initial card draw is definitely good. Huh. And looking at that, like, this could be really fucking stupid later also.
Raise interest by 2 for every card in your hand. I think that's redundant given
it
our
is.
medium.
All right. Any other things that we see? I think that all looks good to me.
I'm willing to give it a try.
Let's go then.
Worst case is we load like the start of day autosave.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm ready to prove my potion is better.
All right.
I'm going to cause you 13 stress if you end your turn, and I'm going to hyper beam you.
There's pivot.
The crowd clearly undervalued this.
How many indignities must I suffer? All right, cool. All right, so we're not playing that yet. We are going to have to end our turn, though, because, you know, we don't have the engine going. But we have at least some shield. So that's for every card played
So
prior.
yes, you should play Sympathy, Sympathy, then Muscle Memory, then Pivot. It's a good thing we did put Pivot in to help actually block some of this.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Although, if it had been Fortitude, alas.
It's fine. I know what heroes need. I've fought beside them. Yes, fought.
Historically, I fought with some bias once or twice.
There's our thing. Rattle them off! We're in, boys. Fluidity engaged.
Don't stop me now. Improv, improv, improv. And holy shit, Baptiste patience.
Yeah, it helps that he likes this. Would you like serenity of mind? Wham! Sure. Fill me up.
Drawing all those are dangerous if you ended up pulling something that would cause you like pain from Slay the Spire, where you gain stress every time you played a card.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. So we might as well play you. This actually... I was gonna say, that pretty much gets us there. Well...
I think I've heard enough. She drew an assload of cards and then charmed me, and bam, that's fucking done. I'm convinced. You have the better potion, Sylvia.
He's like, this is some fucking bullshit. I've never seen anything like this.
She could not fit that many cards in her hand.
How many? It's because her hands are so very large with those fucking gloves.
Who's the underdog now, G?
What? Dots? Celebrating already? Well, that's a rookie mistake. It's time that I showed you the error of your ways and got on with my gimmick. Let me adjust the ascot. No thanks are necessary for the lesson. I'm going to enjoy this.
We'll have to see what happens next in round 2, the sequel to round 1. The anticipation is a lot to handle. Robin, care to show us your next creation?
Well, among the nobles of the continent, this is far the most popular cure for curses. And if it's good enough for them...
Wow, that potion, the bottle looked pretty fucking awesome.
I like the hat on it. It's his hat.
You know, I think my mother keeps one of these in her cupboard. You never know when you'll run into a horrifying curse.
She's a smart woman. She'll live a long life free of jinxes, hexes, ingrown toenails.
If it's good enough for Mother, it's got to be worth something. But I suppose our audience will be a judge of that. What do you say? As everyone just like starts screaming numbers or punching them on their consoles?
3,600, Baptiste!
That's no paltry sum.
That's actually pretty garbage compared to ours. My heart goes out to you, Sylvia. You can't possibly measure up to that.
Sylvia, will you rise to the challenge?
Yes, I will.
It'd be wild if you played any fucking thing that had me overlook all of the negative effects.
Okay, so it's not as high as it was last time. We had this thing up to like 6,200, but it was probably because of all the things that were happening that day. And that is, in fact, our good one. I'm fairly sure. Yeah.
Yes, it's the one.
I'm just double checking. There's a lot of icons in this list, alright?
Forget the elitism. This is a cure for everybody.
Looks at the price. It's instantly identifiable, that's for sure. And the closer I look, the more impressive it appears.
Although it does not have a hat.
Well, that is a hat. It's a different kind. Ah. Let's check in with the audience. What would they pay for this curse cure based on sight alone?
2,700!
3. Not bad. Robin definitely has the edge, however. Care to set us straight?
Time to haggle.
No, we're not rethinking it. We're going.
I'm ready to make a route.
A route. Make it a route.
Alright. We already got tension. We already got encore. Well, we're not going to be playing that anytime soon.
This round is going to hell. Going directly to hell.
It is. Alright, well. That'll help. But we're going to get some tension. I'm surrounded by fools. That's the only explanation. Alright, let's end it and get fucked. Herb. Considering what I've survived in my youth, my words should mean something.
34 stress.
Alright, there's Carpe the DM, and we still don't have the engine online, which really sucks. If we close the cell on this, it's only going to be 5%, which is not enough, so we're going to have to get fucked again.
The engine does break when you're at this high stress. It's true.
Well, first we just need to get that card. We've drawn cards. But yeah, 61% of our cards are going to be stress cards. This is the first time we've drawn nothing but stress.
Look at that face from Robin.
Oh,
I'm
going to draw a stress card. Wow.
Woo!
Let's have a gracious round of applause for second place Sylvia. Captivate! Finally. And it costs 1 patience now, so it's a net loss. It's not. It's a net nothing. We'll play it anyway. Alright.
I believe Robin has this one.
I think he has the entire contest. Not just this round. The people of Rafter.
He has this one.
Yeah. Don't let her empty promises do things and stuff. Poof.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Needs a recess. Alright. We got 100% stress. I got an achievement. All according to plan.
Well, I'm feeling better, but don't count me out yet.
Can we just move this along? I believe I'm due a point.
That sort of steals my thunder, but he's right. You know, it does make sense for the final boss to actually take Lethal Feline to round 3.
And also Sylvia.
That's a huge bummer, but I'm not gonna lie. His bullshit really did hurt.
I believe he even had a special unique stress card for him, because I saw his face down there among the stress card hell.
Uh-huh. I'm just looking at this fucking grin. And this is all just a tedious formality, you know? Smiles at camera, wink.
The universe cannot abide a tie, neither can our audience.
The universe hates ties. The universe hates, you know, non-American football. There I've said it.
must be winners. Well, no, in the playoffs, there are no ties. There must be a round 3! The trilogy! Robin, your final entry, if you please.
Now it's time for the nuclear option. This is a new take on the formula. I've devised it as devised by the Witch Queen of Rafter herself, Maven. Don't ask how the hell I know this.
Maven, you say? She was bad news.
I think she would thank you for the compliment. And she would tell you that, of every potion maker living today, only I have the skill to bring her vision to fruition.
Wow.
A bold assertion, but does the audience agree?
3,750 Baptist.
It would seem they like what they see.
That should force my comparator to finally recognize that she's out of her depth, unless she can actually get her engine online.
Before I fuck her up with stress? Sylvia, what do you say? Can you compete with that?
Let's see.
Maybe?
Okay, these are the good ones. No, these are the good ones. Okay.
No, they're not the good ones. They're the good ones.
Okay.
They win.
Good day, sir.
Seeking
Thanks to actually have enough positive qualities on this summit, although,
Yeah,
who knows, it might get marked off.
it probably will get marked down.
seeking a masterwork potion, look no further.
Ah, I see what you did there. I can't find any fault with it whatsoever.
Yep, there's no false negative qualities. Look away.
Here,
Oh.
audience, wham! You win! You see, the goal was to actually smoke him without ever going to deck. Go directly to deck. Dear audience, I scarcely believe my eyes. Perhaps Sylvia was sandbagging in that second round. This contest is no contest at all.
Yep, that's exactly what I was doing. Mm-hmm.
He did it for the achievement, he would. We have a new champion, and her name is Sylvia!
I did! Holy shit, one!
But, no, oh, why?
Hey, don't feel so bad, you did a great job. Shake on it, maybe? Robin? You alright? What the hell is happening in this cartoon right now?
You think you're surprised?
I think that's a fair assessment of what I am.
I prepared for this outcome, but I never really thought it would come to this.
You're holding that it was at the stone on his ascot?
Who the hell are you? What'd you do to Robin?
Haven't you figured it out by now? Robin is no more than a marionette, a pretty puppet that has allowed me to live among you unsuspected. I am the true power here, the rightful mistress of all I survey. I am Maven.
Maven? Maven the Witch Queen? You're alive? And you're some kind of Pokemon? I mean, I didn't even realize you were a lizard. How'd that happen?
What a twist! Hold on to your seats, everybody, or else proceed swiftly to nearest. I'd be fucking running by now. Goodbye.
I do like how he doesn't even fucking, doesn't miss a beat. He's like, hell yeah, what a twist. Let's fucking, where are we going next?
Yeah, but wow, this must be part of the show that I wasn't looped in on. This is great. Laugh it up, fools. The scaly semblance is only temporary. The world has long thought me dead, but I survived, and the time is nigh for my glorious return. I shall take back all that is rightfully mine, starting with the restoration of my true and proper form.
I still don't understand. What the hell happened to you?
The band of idiotic heroes, the ones who came here to slay me, they botched the job. but the dolts managed to blow up my laboratory in the attempt. The resulting explosion irradiated the island, and I was changed into this.
You know what?
You're like some sort of Dragon Ball like villain.
It's true. She's got the power level. Wouldn't it be some shit if none of Saffron's friends actually died? They just got turned into various Pokemons? And she just never realized. Maybe she ate them. Or maybe someone else ate them.
Lucky for me, Squire Boy was there. My powers are limited in my current under the... Say, Maven, please, you don't have to share all this detail. But they were more than sufficient to take control of him. I seized his mind on that day, and I've rarely let go since. No one questioned the feel-good story of the boy who triumphed over the wicked Witch Queen, nor did they bat an eye at his harmless little pet.
That he somehow got.
So you've been hiding in plain sight all along?
And what a trial it has been. Steering Robert around, making him smile and wave and fraternize, I amassed power and wealth. But slowly. Too slowly. And then Baptiste Goons managed to procure a sample of Me Bloom. Perhaps the last of its kind. Once I get my hands on it, once I have my cure, my long exile will at last be over. I won't have to tolerate you half-wits anymore.
You realize this half-wit has beat you pretty resoundingly, extra...
Cast a spell and, nuke Sylvia.
Yeah, just brain fucks her and she turns into a drooling mess, just like I was in the second round.
Yes, that's inconvenient, isn't it? Fortunately, I have a backup plan. My mental magics aren't what they used to be, but over the years, every ounce of power I could spare has gone into this crystal.
As seen on TV.
I've saved enough energy to change the outcome of our little contest by forcing you to see things my way.
You mean?
Prepare to forfeit, Sylvia. In another moment, it will be literally the only thing on your mind, and I guess everyone else's. Because that's the only way this would work. Just because, if you say you forfeit, everyone will know that you're doing it because of mental domination.
Are we zooming in here? It looks like we're zooming in.
Oh, well, great. I'm totally screwed. Except, ever since coming to Rafter, I've faced off against one blowhard after another, and I've always come out on top. I don't have mind control magic or mystic gem, but all the same these days, changing people's minds...
We're gonna have to card game our way out of this.
What?
Yep.
So, how do I convince Maven not to zap me?
This is not something that you get to diplomacy check your way out of. Maven is pretty committed to this whole,
Oh, no.
I got it. I guess I can't win. I don't have a chance.
Maybe we won't do a card game.
But since you're no good cheater with bad breath...
Oh no, Bob Page. I know what you're trying to do. It won't work. I won't be dissuaded by your petty taunts, nor by pathetic appeals for fairness.
Listen, I'll have you say, don't leave me soon enough. No surprise there. I mean, you've been trying to cheat all along, haven't you?
Sylvia shows no signs of backing down. Someone passed the popcorn.
Fucking Baptiste is worst person, effectively our Big V has come to ruin everything, but let's just have a good show.
You tried to steal the Maven Bloom from the guild hall. You tried to bribe me into forfeiting. And when you realized you couldn't buy a seat way of facing me today, you showed up with a magical trump card, or crystal as it were. It's obvious what that all adds up to, Maven. Insecurity. You're afraid of me.
Oh. Oh, snap.
I think you've been afraid of me since my very first competition. It explains why you've been dropping in on me.
That's absurd. Afraid of you? I dropped in on you out of a sense of morbid curiosity. Honestly, the sight of you in that sad little slantwise shop. I couldn't fathom how you managed to make it as far as you did. I thought you must have some secret, some trick.
My only secret is hard work and the willingness to learn. I mean, sure, my shop wasn't much to look at to begin with. We call those humble origins, in scare quotes, for some reason. But anyway, I'm proud of where I'm from and what I have accomplished. I can steal this you can steal this contest, but you can't take that away from me.
Maven's like, lol, K, and then takes the Maven blue. Can't I, though? But I suppose you have a point, Sylvia. Forcing you to forfeit now, that would be a hollow victory. I deserve more. I deserve to crush my foe, to leave no doubt in anyone's mind about my superiority. All right, then. Have it your way.
Oh, we going to Burger King?
I shall leave your mind such as it is untouched.
Nah, I'm definitely touched.
But the rest of the cattle assembled here today, they're about to forget about your victory. You get to have it. They don't. Let's try this. One more time. Boop.
Ow, my eyes!
The universe cannot abide a tie, and neither can our audience. There must be a round 3.
Well, that's more like it.
Huh? Round 3? Well, it did a round 3. I won. You know what? Fine. If that's the way you want it, bring it on.
Determined to rally, are you? But Raft is still rooting for its harmless, handsome hometown hero. That's me, by the way, just in case you're confused.
Alliteration, is it? Then ready thee for round 3. Well, it's a good thing you didn't... This didn't end at round 2, 'cause I don't... Awkward.
I was expecting a little, question mark.
Robin, your final entry, if you please. Oh, the music has, ramped up.
Well, this is no ordinary seeking enhancer. This particular formula was devised by Maven herself. As you can see, she's very unhappy. I pulled the recipe from the wreckage the day I defeated her in single combat.
Unbelievable.
Truly, a piece of raft in history, direct from a heroic benefactor. It must be worth a small fortune. The story here from Robin has changed to really, gussy this up, try to get some more value out of this. Does the audience share my estimation?
3,750 still.
Well, not so small fortune after all.
That should put a stop to Sylvia's defiance once and for all. I'm not sure why it would, since it's the same value, but whatever, it will.
Sylvia, I hope you brought something truly sensational. Because that wasn't the same value at all.
Let me go ahead and put that up
See
there.
it there in the top left corner.
She's menacing. She wants uppies, actually, looking at that damn picture.
God, yes! Skid, you're right. You're so right.
Say it again, Grimith.
I can't unsee that image now. Happy.
Win or lose, I'm playing by the rules.
So far, so good. We were seeking an answer, and that's what you've delivered. I can't find any fault with it whatsoever. You'll never get to see the Uppies image again, because this contest is no contest at all. We have a new champion, and her name is Sylvia. You should have rewound back to the start of this contest.
Raft has got a new queen of potion, as it's me. You're not gonna rewind time again.
No! No!
No! Discord, you're gonna cut it out.
It got some of it.
How? How did this happen? How did I auto-lose the 3rd round again?
Well, just as good as the second time around, beating you without a card battle. You want me to beat you again? I got 4 more of these potions. I could do this all day.
Erasing your memory, now I'm forcing you to forfeit. Going back to my original idea. It's intolerable. Unthinkable. In my prime, I could have reduced you to a smear of smoldering ash with a wave of my hand. Forced the crowd to tear you to pieces while chanting my name. But now it's all I can do to retain some control over this single vessel. And I can't even scratch my own nose. These stubby, scaly arms, they're worthless. Without that ingredient, this is how I will remain. I'm a really stupid individual with some fucking anime villain plot telling you about everything and how totally powerless I am unless I'm trying to sell you on some, like, false bill of goods to totally trick you into thinking that I couldn't possibly achieve anything, and then whammo, I got you.
Uh-huh. That's pretty much all it is in one package. Hey, listen, it's not all bad being a lizard Pokemans. I can plant a cutting, grow a new flower, and you can, try again when it blooms in 10 years or so.
Oh, to have fallen so far. My dreams of conquest shall go unrealized. And my potions will be known far and wide as second best.
I'm glad we're having this moment of self-reflection here. What? Huh? Is it over? Did we win?
Shush now. We're going home. We can get ice cream on the way.
Okay.
You've won today, Sylvia, but you had better watch your back. Because you're the only one who knows who I actually am, because I didn't reveal it to them the second time around.
Somehow they didn't notice.
Did anyone catch all that? Because I'm pretty sure I just saved Rafter from the vengeful return of the power-mad sorceress. No? No one? Baptiste, you were here?
Nope, erased it from everyone's brain except from Sylvia's. That is canon. Only Sylvia knows.
Well, fuck. I saved my shop and I saved my uncle. I guess that's good enough. I really did. I won.
Oh.
500,000. I could have bought so many of all the potions we've seen today.
Mm-hmm.
Victory! I can get used to this feeling. Wait. You've been doing nothing but winning.
It's true. It's pretty awesome. You should try it sometime. It wasn't always that easy. In the early game, I actually had to really hustle. Near there, not so much. But we pulled it off all in the end, didn't we?
I mean, Robin did take you to a third round.
It's true.
The only one to ever do that. It's kind of you to say we. All I did was go through bureaucracy.
Well, those forms are necessary, and I really don't like going to those offices.
But it's obvious who the true victor is. The bank. You're amazing, Sylvia. And the best thing I did was know when to get out of your way.
If you say so. I'm just glad I didn't have to do this alone. Your cards were pretty useful when I could fucking draw them.
Wouldn't need to do this at all, though. You hadn't been summoned here.
It's meant the world to me to have my Uncle Oswald, my Unky Oswald, at my side.
Yes.
Softy, you're a big nerd who cries about being loved. Now, are you ready to slip into something less feathery?
It's gonna be like the end of like Robin Hood Men in Tights. The potion, it doesn't work.
It might actually be that way. Maybe it's a bullshit potion.
Because I've finished brewing a potion that you're gonna like.
Sylvia, I couldn't make it to the tournament. Work,
Yeah.
sucks.
I'm sure you were shaking down someone for, their hard-earned worth.
You realize that I'm only doing this because I didn't pay off my debt.
Uh-huh.
But I heard the outcome. Appears you've accomplished all you set out to do. I owe you congratulations. And you owe me the remaining balance.
It's all here, every beautiful copper of it. But you...
Boop.
I put a little in a little chest there for you.
Now it's time to pay the taxes on this shop for the year.
Fuck!
A most satisfying outcome.
I don't know. Spending it all on ramen might have been a little more satisfying.
500,000 gold's worth of ramen. Excellent. Now, as per our agreement. Whoop.
Oh,
Pull
that's
that
on my
out of your head. Poof. You have been released from your contract. This property is paid off in full and belongs entirely to you.
That's it? I'm free now? The achievements have informed Lethal Grimith that they've both won the game.
As promised, I live by the letter of my contract, Sylvia. I'm a devil that way, which is why my business is not yet concluded here. Is it, Oswald?
What, you know?
No, it's me. You know? The possibility never even occurred to me until an owl was spotted doing Sylvia's paperwork at the licensing bureau.
I get, we're witches. We can have familiars.
An owl who couldn't help himself from boasting about Sylvia's progress. I liked Sylvia picking up Oswald there, with familial pride in his voice. You very nearly got away with it.
He did get away with it, damn it. It doesn't matter if you figured it out, we already paid you back.
Nevertheless, Oswald's dereliction was an outrageous violation of terms. There are consequences to that. Rather severe consequences, as you'll remember from the fine print.
I'll remember them.
Oh. Oh dear. That's it then, isn't it? This is the end. You might as well sell that Maven Bloom for... It is. I'll give you a moment to say goodbye.
Now hold on, you can't just...
Sylvia, my girl, let it go. I won't allow you to put yourself in harm's way for me. Not again. I'm so proud of you, Sylvia. You've accomplished credible things.
I'm gonna go do something incredible, alright? You just watch me. You are going to have a human model in this video game. They're not gonna cop out from rendering your ass.
Potionomics 2.
Helene, let's make a deal.
I'm listening.
So, you're so sure of your abilities, but Oswald tricked you. He was hiding right under your nose.
My abilities weren't at fault. The transmogrification distorted the shape and scent of his soul.
And what's to stop someone else from using the same trick? When word gets out about this, and it will, believe me, because I'll just fucking tell everyone. Everyone who owes you so much as a phone call will be embracing their wild side.
You do realize that this seems like it would be nearly impossible to replicate, right?
I mean, if it happened once, it can happen again. It's a crazy world of potions, Helene.
I sense a butt coming.
It takes one to know one. It so happens that I've finished brewing one and only one antidote for transmogrification. And when that potion is gone, it is gone forever. I'm gonna spin this. It's the only time I'm gonna do it in this video game, so you better just savor it at this moment. And it might be the only way to ensure that no one else slips through your grasp. It is right here. This potion can be yours for a price.
I think I know already what price you're asking. But I'm in the mood to haggle, and I have some latitude from my employer.
Oh. Okay. Just do that.
Times are tough, and hard-working witches like us need every edge we can get. That's not what this potion is. It's a well, it's all that.
Just a transmogger. It's an advantage. Whatever.
That's the advantage. With this potion in your hand, you'll send a message to your clients. You know, change of shape will not keep them from your clutches.
Close like a boss.
The ingredient needed to brew this potion is gone, maybe forever. But never an opportunity like this will arrive again. Score once, score twice.
Very well, Sylvia. You have yourself a deal. I feel like we've not agreed remotely to any terms and services at all, but sure, whatever. What a difference a few weeks makes. Your skill is undeniable. This was a unique product that my employer would be very interested in having.
There are just mimics all over this world. I don't know. I probably have seen that one before. Her briefcase is a fucking mimic.
I almost think you went easy on me. I didn't even use cards in my deck, yo.
Absolutely not. I like you, Sylvia, but I don't let sentiment creep in on business decisions. Executing Oswald's contract to the letter is good for business. However, leveraging his fate to get my hands on this potion is better for business. It's as simple as that.
Brutal, but I guess I get it.
It's a brutal world, but you're well on your way. And if I might humbly suggest it, someday in the future, you may find yourself in need of an influx of capital. On that day, call on me. I'll keep a contract handy, just in case. She's gone. She really left.
Wouldn't it be some shit if that was just like a bullshit potion? Just like, I don't know, water and vodka in there.
Or Sylvia says, "Hey, you know how I can always brew like multiples of a potion?"
Yeah, like there's all kinds of ways she could pull this out of her ass. It's like,
Man, I just use the slime, Joe. You know I can duplicate ingredients. You see me do it, bitch?
There was no time to duplicate ingredients. Sylvia, you saved me. I owe you twice over now.
I mean,
People's not getting the human model.
there's no time to make ingredients, but there was time to brew that potion. Huh? How much time has actually passed? It's hard to say.
I'm beginning to think that you like being dead. Is this a kick of yours? But you must be disappointed that she took the cure with her.
I'll learn to live with it. It's almost certainly a better fate than what Helen had in store. If only I hadn't said anything, though. If I had turned back into human, I think she would have discovered anyway, and then I might be fucked.
And then you don't want the cure? Because I got a spare right here in my back pocket.
And anyway, it could be worse. I'll take feathers over scales and... What? Did you pull a Roxanne? What happened?
No, I just put more ingredients in there, idiot. I can make like up to 7 of these things at once. Have you not been paying attention? Pachow. I made 2 of them. I thought it could be some nice. I could get a nice chunk of change if I sold one to Maven. So much for that idea.
What? The reason why you made a spare was to sell it to fucking Maven so that she could fucking...
It sounds like a really fucking stupid idea, but, you know, she's never... Bless her heart.
But I got a second potion right here, bottled up just for you. It's pretty small, but it should be the perfect dosage, given your size. I can guarantee it doesn't taste like old cabbage.
But you... I don't deserve you, Sylvia. I really don't.
Ah, come on. You didn't think I'd leave you hanging, did you, dog?
Who cares what I thought? Dear niece, you've made a habit of surpassing my expectations. Every one of them. Boy, I hope Helen in the bank isn't super pissed when I turn back into a human.
Well, I couldn't have done this all without you. We make a good team, and we're sticking together from now on, right? You gotta do some things now that you have, human hands and stuff.
Wait, what did you mean you were going to sell this to Maven? What's up with that? What? Maven? Maven's back? Maven's around? What's going on?
Let's just forget about all that.
It's just as soon as I have hands again.
Does that mean that you're ready to be untransmogrified? Are you done with this polymorph curse?
Ready as I'll ever be. Bottoms up! Eats the entire potion, as you should.
Huh? Huh, those are some interesting side effects. This could take a while. Dear Mom and Dad, everything's going great up here in Rafter, as you can see here. Well, that's Uncle Oswald. I'm photobombing him. Funny story, Oswald ain't dead. Although, I did almost kill him with one of my potions. Not on purpose, though. In all the confusion, I ended up inheriting his shop anyway. He doesn't seem bitter about it, though. We're going to be partners. I can't wait for you to see what we accomplish. With all my love, Sylvia.
We didn't have the face in there because he still has like an owl beak for a nose. There you go.
Being dragged around by the mimic on a leash. Oh.
They're cuckoos.
Quinn to Mint to Baptiste.
Her hair seems different there.
The Muck Tuck. Oh, look at that. That's great. Saffron. In a few decades. Oh, Roxanne.
They're doing fashion. She looks a lot slimmer in that art.
Potion. To Luna and so many babies. So many children. Siblings.
New single.
Sidriel. The new single that maybe we've actually heard all of. Yeah. Oh, Salt and Pepper.
Oh. That's going in the journal.
Potion crimes.
No, that'll happen. And then just witch stuff. I mean,
doing bullshit magic with.
We don't talk about the witch stuff enough. It's just like a side thing. Everyone's a fucking witch. The potions are what set people apart.
Squeeze slime juice. Right.
There you go. You gotta have a thank you for playing.
All right, game player. You're the one who directed this game, as well as the series, as well as recorded the episodes of it and handled the sound balancing and everything else. How you feeling about Potionomics?
You know, I definitely had different expectations coming into this game than what we experienced, and I'm sure a lot of people did. We expected something like Reciteer, but this game is much different. In fact, the game aspect is really lacking in this. As we sort of discussed off camera a lot, it's just like it's more of a dating sim or a visual novel with some game elements attached. Really, the most engaging part is the card game. I find that the brewing aspect, it's pretty flippin' easy in this game and very often tedious. Half-baked is what I would say, which is funny because we're making things. But either way, we have a lot of mechanics that are half-baked in this game. Whether it's the potion making, or the slimes, or the aging. I remember when they just kept adding stuff from, please, just make the stuff that's already here better. That's all it's done. We're adding more stuff in the basement. I'm like, no, there's already enough. You just need to make that stuff better. Because I think that's the main problem with this game. I really like the characters that we interacted with. I think they're superb. But as far as gameplay is concerned, I don't know, man. I've played better card builders, better potion makers. I'm not playing this game for gameplay. It's mostly for the interactions with the characters and to see those fucking thumbnail-like images. How about you, Grimith?
I do not know who I would recommend this video game to. Among my friends and acquaintances, or just in general, I do not know how to make a pitch for this video game. My feelings are mixed. They trend toward positive. The core gameplay loop revolves around potions. We need potions to win the competition. We need potions to run a shop. We need potions to feed adventurers. And all of that feeds into us getting materials. Baptiste gives us materials. Salt and Pepper, when they're not giving us, decorations and glamours, they give us materials. Well, the adventurers, when they're not bringing decorations back, give us materials. And that all feeds into making potions. Roxanne's enchantments feed into potions for shopping purposes. Luna's advertisements for the next day all feed into potions. To sell potions, to make money, to buy more materials, to make potions, to give to adventurers for the competition, for the shop. to do things, to get more materials, to make more potions. But, so making potions, that's a core gameplay mechanic. And it is an unfun mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the assembly of it, and it's not just something that I could, like, say, like, look at the system that exists and suggest something that would fix it completely. The only thing I would do, my suggestions would be to allow you to skip the process of, like, hey, I have the same exact ingredients, run that potion back. Or some sort of like copy and paste feature of like save like my old recipes, or just trimming down like the ingredients list. No, that all papers over, allowing the player to get past that mechanic, where the mechanic itself, the process of making potions, is a chore. We stopped doing that, not because it was, unnecessary, but because it was unfun. If it were still fun to go through that process, we would have kept doing it, even though we overkilled. And we managed to just get away from that because the game simply no longer required us to do it. Why buy slimes to get materials to make potions? Why care more about shelves and cauldrons and display things to run the shop, where we need to sell potions to get more money that we use to get more materials to make more potions, when we never want to make more potions?
Mm-hmm.
And so when so much feeds into that mechanic and we both find it unenjoyable, then the rest of the game is like, well, you've got a cool deck building thing where the only way you can unlock cards is through advancing relationship stuff. You can't like purchase cards or anything. But the only time you use the cards, well, there's the shopping system where we sell potions, but we talked about that element. The other time is in the competitions, and let me tell you what, about half the fucking time in those competitions, you never needed to go through your deck of cards because you made potions so good that it was unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Even there, in the final match against Robin/Maven, you, in the first round, barely needed a card. The second round, you actually got smoked through. The third round, you auto-won, which we then replayed the third round, and you auto-won. Everyone else got wiped in 2 rounds. So, yeah. And I can't say we were good enough at potion making, just... So, minimum efficiency, took care of the potions, ta-da. So that's all the cards were for. So then we're just left with a visual novel of interacting with characters. And that's fun and flavorful and enjoyable. And if I took out the entire potion system, and you could also take out the time management system too, or you could keep it there, like, then I could recommend this game to interact with all of these fun, flavorful characters in a kinetic novel, just enjoying a slice of life type thing. Yeah, I could recommend the game then. Like, that would be what this is for. But, like, if you just want to play this game and relax and not have a time pressure thing, and not want to do the whole potion stuff, then this game isn't for you. And if you want something that has a fun, like, gameplay loop and potion crafting, I know there'll be folks who found this enjoyable. This game is thought of well. But I don't understand those people who could play that and go, yep, I want to have more cauldrons. That's my thing.
Yeah,
because we can have more cauldrons.
I don't see why. I don't see why you'd ever want that. This game really is a case study in like tightening up game design systems, because, like you were saying just now, if you made this a time management kind of visual novel, something like a Kudos 2 or something, you would have something a lot more engaging, I think. Time management, I thought, would actually be a lot more dire in this, starting off, because it was. In the first section of this game, it felt like I had to hustle to get through the first week and actually get those potions ready, because everything costs so much money. But that didn't really scale the way, so, money was no object at the end. So time management was no object at the end. I was just slamming down friendship, which is fine. But that's really the thing. It's like, you got to tighten up those game design systems. If you want it to be a time management visual novel, then you should do that. You should have the resources not be the elements of the potions, but maybe sending folks to certain regions to get, some bullshit MacGuffin that you need to make these higher potions, but not specific items, you know what I mean? Just so we have a Luxor resource to make that potion for the time management element.
The game really seemed to be invested and focused on, look at this wide assortment of several dozen materials, each with their own magimens, and there's 5 types of magimens, on top of any good or bad traits they have.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, if I was just doing, a pure, potion crafting simulator type thing, yeah. But then I would expect quality of life features to speed up the crafting and smithing of these potions.
Yeah, there just is an absurd amount of these fucking ingredients. That's why I went back into the game, just so we could go Quinn and look at the filtering again. Because not only do we have, different kinds of ingredients, different ABCs and E's, but we also have these damn fucking traits, which I stopped caring about a long time ago. We have the various filters here, the various filters from where they fucking came from. None of this fucking matters, really.
Okay, so you have 18 dots of page ingredients that you can cycle between. Each of those has 10 ingredients. So we currently have unlocked the shop here over 170 ingredients. And we know that's not everything, that can be put in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
The game cares a whole lot about potion crafting. It's really hyper-focused intensely on, this is what drives the game, crafting potions. Is this element of the video game fun to do? You and I say, no. Crafting potions is not fun.
The only thing that's fun about this is a bunch of world building we get in each of these. But, I do love that we have ticks and various shadows of nuclear or amphitheater or whatever that thing is. It doesn't matter. But that's kind of what I'm saying. Is we have all this neat stuff. I just wish I didn't have to put it all in the cauldron individually. If we just had 5 anomalous things and said, you have a resource of these things to make these potions, that'd make for a better actual game. We could have these be elements of those things. I just don't want to have to stick each of them in a potion, know what these ingredients are. I know that does swerve from what the actual potion making is, but I don't know. If you can't do it well, don't do it at all, is one of the things, right?
So, I found the sound satisfying. I found the art overall cool to look at. We saw some graphical quirks and glitches along the way, but the art direction in this is strong. It very much has a style, and you get that in the crafting of elements. All of the alchemical materials, the potion bottles themselves, all that is really yummy to look at. The characters themselves, I would enjoy if more of that stuff was interwoven. Instead, they're all isolated off in their own realms. We don't have any final interactions with Muktuk as part of your story. It's just, oh, you maxed him? Well, he gets to live in his max silo where he is and on to the next thing. But okay, sure. That's not a huge about that. That's still all fun. The potion crafting was not, and that's just such an indelible part of this experience that leaves me I don't know how to recommend this game to someone. It would be do you want to interact with all these possible potential friends? Might you enjoy this potion making system? If yes, then yes. everyone like has like different like they played games at different rates and speeds, and some folks are going to find this much harder than you or I did. And to them, like this whole time management stuff is going to be super stressful. They want to interact with Roxanne and Muktuk and Mint, but they feel like they don't have the time. They don't hustle at the beginning of the game to get a monetary advantage, and so then find themselves slipping. And so for them, particularly at the end here, to not have an endless mode or a sandbox where they could keep interacting with folks, we got booted straight to menu. That's it. You can't finish up everyone's plots at the end. It's done. Game over. Like, what the hell? How can I sell it to anyone who wants to do that?
That's replay value. You get to play it all the way again in five more 10 days to experience what being best buds with Corsac or with Luna could be like, or to romance any of these other characters. So, yeah, the game definitely has an identity crisis where it doesn't know exactly what it wants to be. And we just have so many gameplay elements that aren't fully baked. So really, that's the main takeaway from this video game. I have the same problem with Grimith. I don't know who the hell I'd recommend this game to. These damn fucking glamours, by the way.
Like, if you had a way to sell glamours, or even, I don't know, like, you'd be competing with Quinn, but if you could sell materials instead of just giving them to Quinn for free, if you could generate revenue in some other way than by selling potions so that you could have money to buy materials.
What the fuck is that? Well,
that's wild.
I was going to say, but we can't do that, Grimith. We can only sell potions because it's Potionomics. If it's not, we can't have it be Ingredionomics. That's a different video game where you play as Quinn.
Like, it can still focus and be driven by, like, Potionomics, but, like, ingredients are, like, used for potions. Like, you just don't have another way to, like, generate money. It all is purely through the shop. Baptiste costs money, gives you ingredients. The adventurers cost money, they give you ingredients. Salt and pepper costs money, they give you ingredients. Quinn costs money, they give you ingredients. You use those to make potions.
The cycle continues over and over and over again, and I think that's the worst floor we have, bar none.
So, besides the actual core gameplay loop, I would like to see, you know, the various characters actually have some more interaction, that your story is cared about more, that what you're telling with them, instead of whether you flirted with them or not. I would have liked to see something with Muktuk there at the end, to be sure, instead of just like all of these relationship paths just being in a bubble. They don't interlace or interact with each other. When I play actual like visual novel like romance type things, that shit does interweave, and your choices do matter. Your choices, all they did in those dialogue options was up
1 or 2
relationship,
stars.
up relationship a bit more, up a heart.
So
even, you know, the song that we built, Zid was like, hey, yeah, underdog thing, it was about you. I'm glad we did get something out of that.
Yeah,
but that didn't change my overall attitude.
I think so. It just goes back to the same things. Like, we have systems that are not fully completed, or at least not comparable to games of the same genre. So, do we have any other thoughts?
So, how do you feel about like the art and music and the sounds of the game? I shared my thoughts, but okay.
I was gonna say the 3D modeling is very unique because it's very textureless. It's kind of hard to see on this screen. Let's go traveling again. If we go to, say, let's just pick Muktuk. We haven't seen our boy for a while. There's very few textures, or they're very subtle textures, and you may not know what the fuck I'm talking about. Mostly, these are kind of N64-ish, I would say. It definitely has more polygons than N64, but largely, like, this is a texture on his arm, but it's mostly just one color with some shading. And that kind of has a nice look. I really did like the cards. The card portraits and also the portraits we got at the top were super good. Super, super good. I would actually like the game to have more of those. Let's go into the deck builders so we can admire these. Like this one of Magnetism. I really like that one. What other ones do we have that are really cool? All these
the
are
card
nice.
artwork I think is great, and the artwork that's actually like on the left side for each of the characters I also think is great.
Yeah, and I would like to see more of that. I know it's hard to do a lot of this hand-drawn art for everything, but that just shows you the power of it. Kudos to you who drew all this. I appreciate you. I may even look up your names.
They may have even been in the credits that were on the screen earlier.
I was too busy absorbing the win. But yeah, like, it's all super good, and the sounds are good. We did, of course, reuse a lot of environments, but there's a lot of flavor in each one of these fucking things, with people flying around. Like, if you take the time to look, there's a very magical world here that we have not really appreciated, and that the game really hasn't made us appreciate as much as we could. Everyone's apparently a fucking witch in this town, and we just don't feel it as much as we could, other than maybe some people flying in the background, and of course, cracking skulls on the beach.
And the ice cream parlors.
Yeah.
Every now and then out in the forest.
I think that's where it really could have done better. A few more environments there. But art direction-wise, I think they did a fantastic job. There's no complaints there. Although some of these fucking glamours.
Busy, perhaps? Would you use that word?
Not cohesive, is what I'd say. But it's probably because we just don't have the right things to go with. What the hell is this?
We don't have things that are complementary with others.
Oh, I don't have the magical wasteland floor.
Sure.
We have Arctic floor. Let's try. Do we have some Arctic stuff that goes with this? No.
In regards to the card game aspect and deck building, it's very clear to me that there are multiple routes in that to kick ass, to build engines in it that would do well. I don't know how to evaluate card balance, as this is not primarily a card game. And certainly for the competitions, you may make potions so great that you can just skip it entirely. And that aspect of just like, I don't know, card elements seem... I just don't know how to like evaluate that from like a balancing fun perspective. But this gameplay element, like I didn't dislike this.
This is the most fleshed out gameplay element of the game, without any question. And they have a very interesting system because it's much different from anything you'll see in any other deck building game. Because we have a resource that is patience, we have a resource that is stress, and we of course have effectively our enemy's health bar, which is their interest level. Although we can always close the deal whenever we feel like it, so there's no real failure condition.
Well, except for when twice, I believe, someone walked away without buying a potion.
Yeah, the failure can... I think it was only once when it was Muktuk. He ran out of patience because I can't fucking do math, or at least I couldn't do it that particular day. And of course, the other time that may be a failure condition is when you just get to 100% stress, which we saw in the competition. I'm not sure what happens when you have that happen during a normal shop day.
Well, I bet it probably fucks up the rest of whatever you were hoping to do running shop-wise.
It probably closes the deal automatically, I would think, for everything else they buy. Or maybe it just makes it so the shop closes. And the deal is off.
Yeah, there is also, like, the element of, like, running the shop where... most of your cards take effect against that one individual, but you do have some cards that go for the entire haggling session. And in the variety of cards that we saw, like I saw different like engine building possibilities. The only drawing 3 cards at the start is a little bit rough, but you do only have a 20 card deck, so I guess.
Yeah. Like, the card building could be stronger. There's definitely winners and losers. Like, a lot of Corsax cards, they're just very hard to actually make because this whole stance thing, you have to invest in his cards to make it happen.
I don't know. It seems like they could be incredibly rewarding if you do actually go into that. You have different build possibilities to achieve with a 20 card deck and these options. Like I see multiple engines to it. It's just a matter of, are you incentivized to do this? Does the game, like, propel you into doing this? You could get away with making sloppier potions and just lean on your deck more in the competition than what we ended up doing in this playthrough.
It's true. If you hate the potion making as much as we do, just make the lowest masterwork that you can get through there. Although apparently you can just put anything in there. So maybe you could talk up the babyest potion from Babytown to actually beat him. That'd be a real challenge. There may even be achievements for doing that. I don't know.
I don't want to end this video without mentioning the eventually, possibly, presumably will be released Potionomics Masterwork Edition, which is advertised on the Potionomics website. You can pre-order it now. It's going to be coming out on PS5, the Xbox Series XS, and the Nintendo Switch, and so forth, which does include things or is marketed to include voiceover, endless mode, cozy and capitalism difficulty levels, new languages, and more. Speaking of that a bit, endless mode would resolve folks who are not done with the storyline stuff. Difficulty levels don't change the issue that we had, which was not with the difficulty, but the actual core gameplay loop of making potions. And so making the game easier or harder doesn't change fucking making potions a pain in the ass.
Just makes it more of a pain in the ass because you may have to get that third cauldron, which I'm in no hurry to get.
Yeah. New languages, accessibility thing, sure. Voiceover stuff can give you some flavor of, I don't know whether it's intended to be full voiceover, but at least some like sense of like how the characters could sound, which could end up like helping them gel in your head. Though if it's full voiceover, I would feel that's unnecessary, frankly.
Yeah, Grimith definitely prefers the Paradise Killer style of visual novel voiceover, where you just get a bit of how the character sounds and acts in those voice lines instead of getting the full package.
It is exceedingly rare for me to listen to like a game that has like full voice lines. It has happened. Baldur's Gate 3 comes to mind, where I've listened to folks speak most of the time, but in a game like this, I read so fast that I'm just like, whatever. I got it. Let me move on here.
Get on with it, as it is said.
And I would just find it tiresome. So the Masterwork Edition, particularly if like they address any other issues, could result in a better gameplay experience for us. But if it doesn't change, like if it doesn't resolve the systems being as disjointed as they are and not like humming together, like I'd still be in a situation where I'm mixed feelings on this. I don't know how to recommend this game to someone. Like, I want to like it. It's just, how do I sell someone Potionomics?
Would you like a dating sim / picture novel that is half-baked in those elements and also has other elements such as potion making and time management? They're also kind of half-baked. The art's good. It's not a strong sell.
It's just, this is not a game that you can relax with. Everyone I know who would be into like cozy, comfy, look at the art, look at the music, the sound, the characters, all of that stuff, would look at the prospect of time management and doing the potion ingredient stuff and stay away from it.
So perhaps that, whatever the cozy difficulty that's coming, maybe that would make it the game that they want to play. Probably not the capitalism duty. Difficulty.
Yeah. If you're looking for a harder video game than like, you want Potionomics to be harder and also enjoy the systems that are constructed, so you will engage with them more. I'm sure that person exists. I just don't have them in my circle of friends and acquaintances.
What Grimith is saying is he needs to make more friends with masochists. All right. Well, any other parting thoughts before we close this video off, Grimith?
Well, this was a compelling enough thing for you and I to do together over the past few months, so it did have that going for it. We didn't throw this in the ocean, so that's a plus for the game.
That's the best testimonial we got. We stuck together for more than 25 hours with this game, and that's good. Like, this was a very uplifting series for me. Sorry, I'm so verklempt I can't even fucking talk. But it was very uplifting. This has been a very stressful time in my life making this series. Lost my job during this series. I've been having health issues during this series, and being able to hang out with my buddy, once a week, it's been really good for me.
Besides, we get to hang out more than once a week too. It's fucked up.
Yep, it is fucked up. Well,
when you like thinking ahead to the future, when you reflect on your time playing Potionomics, what do you think is going to come to mind? What any of the scenes or characters, is there any particular moment that you feel is going to radiate with you a month from now, a year from now, when you think back to Potionomics?
All the wacky scenes with the pirates, for sure. All the damn hug scenes we got, because they're all fucking adorable. And of course, how could we ever forget? How could you not put anything, no toppings at all, on top of ice cream?
Yeah, I'm hoping to actually forget that one. And
Lethal.
I did. It wasn't until I started getting angry again that my what other times have I been angry with this game? Oh yeah, Sid, and no toppings on ice cream.
Only for Frogurt. If you put it on ice cream, I'm calling the police.
Well, you know what? I've had toppings and ice cream next to the police. That's a true sign of corruption right there.
He probably gave some to them.
So what if I did?
There it is. Well, folks, I've been Lethal Feline.
And I've been Grimith. And as an aside, the ending of this game, stupid.
Stupid as hell. But hey,
confrontation with Maven, dumb.
It's good that she gave up after just one attempt at the redo. She's like, fuck, I guess I'm screwed forever.
It's all she had left. It just burned the gem.
Yep. She should have used that gem more prudently, I think. Instead of just falling to our machinations.
No, you wouldn't want that hollow victory. Oh, you're better than ever.
We'll see you for whatever we see you folks.
We, everyone.
Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.